student, myself Abhilasha. You are watching my channel Shri Ram Science and I am going to teach you human respiratory system. So before starting human respiratory system, I am just going to introduce with the two words breathing and respiration. Most of the people do not differentiate between these two words, respiration and breathing. So what is the difference between these words? Respiration is the process where there is an oxidation of food or there is an oxidation of glucose or carbohydrate, and breathing is the mechanism. In the process of breathing हमें सिर्फ इतना ही पता चलता है that how oxygen enters into the body and how CO2 releasing out of the body. But in the respiration हम ये पता कर सकते हैं कि कैसे ऑक्सीजन हमारे फूड के साथ में कंबाइन होकर कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड में चेंज होती है. But what I have noticed that most of the people are not knowing the exact difference between these two words. So the breathing is the mechanism where there is an inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of carbon dioxide, while the respiration is an oxidative process where the oxygen is combined with the glucose and forms carbon dioxide. But here we are going to discuss only the human respiratory system, and in my later video then I'll tell you what is the process of respiration and its various types. In human respiratory system, how oxygen enters into the body. So in respiratory system, first the air goes into the nasal chamber through the two opening which we call nostrils. So through the nostrils, air goes into the nasal chamber or nasal passage. Nostrils, the two opening of the nose is known as nostrils. These are the nasal chamber. Yes, in human respiratory system, the first air enters into the nasal chamber. The air enter into the nasal chamber through the nostrils. Nostrils are the opening which is present at the terminal of the nose. Through these nostrils, the air enter into the nasal chamber. The nasal chamber, this is nasal chamber. The nasal chamber or passage divided into three parts. First is respiratory region, second vestibular region, and third is olfactory region. Respiratory region is also known as air conditioner region because it not only filter the air but also it makes the air cool. That's why it is known as air conditioner region. The respiratory region is lined by or covered by ciliated epithelial tissue that people you have read in class 9 and the mucus secreting cells. So the respiratory region, it checks the entry of dust and dirt particle that enters into the air. Second is vestibular region. The vestibular region bearing hairs and oil glands. Its also main function to check the entry of dust, dirt or microbes. Third one is olfactory region. Olfactory region is the region which is responsible for the smell. Responsible for the smell. From the olfactory region, the two olfactory nerves arises and it get connected to the brain. So these three regions are the part of nasal chamber. Air first goes through the nostrils into the nasal chamber, and after the nasal chamber the air enters into the pharynx. Pharynx is the most important part. Why it is the most important part? Because that you have already read in human digestive system. What is pharynx? Pharynx actually a common passage for food and air. I am writing. It's a common passage for food and air. It's in common place. When the food goes into the pharynx, the food enters into the esophagus. and if air enters into the pharynx, it goes into the trachea. When the food from the pharynx to enters into the esophagus, then there is a very small opening are present at the junction of pharynx and esophagus, and that opening is known as gullet. This is gullet. And when the air enters into the trachea, there is also one more opening. That opening is known as glottis. What is the function of glottis? The main function of the glottis to prevent the entry of food into the trachea. But the most important thing is that the glottis is covered by one cartilaginous flap-like structure, and that cartilaginous flap-like structure is known as epiglottis. It covers the glottis. So the air first goes through the nostrils into the nasal chamber. After that it goes into the pharynx, and after the pharynx the air enter into the trachea. And the air enters into the trachea. This one is trachea. This is trachea. Children, as you are seeing, the trachea is made up of C-shaped cartilaginous rings. How many cartilaginous rings are there? There are 20 to 25 cartilaginous or C-shaped cartilaginous rings are present. Why they are made up of only C-shaped cartilaginous ring? That prevent the trachea to collapse. So there is one more structure which we call larynx. I think you have already heard this word in class 8. Larynx is known as voice box. The larynx contain two vocal cords, and there is having a space between that two vocal cords and the air present between them. When the air is vibrating, then the sound is automatically produced. The most important part, which is prominently or most prominently present in male, that is Adam's apple. Adam's apple is mainly present or most prominently present only in male at the time of puberty. That makes their voice is more louder and heavier. So at the junction of pharynx, because the air comes from the pharynx into the trachea, so at the junction of pharynx and trachea, there is one more region which we call larynx or voice box is present. This is trachea, which is made up of C-shaped cartilaginous ring. The diameter of trachea is 2.5 centimeter, its diameter, while their length is 11 centimeter. 11 centimeter. For moving further, I'm just introducing one thing, that is residual volume of air. What is residual volume of air? When we exhale the air and when we inhale the air, so the time period between the exhalation and the inhalation, the trachea must contain certain volume of air. Means I'm not saying that time the trachea becomes empty. Trachea becomes never empty. The time period where we inhale and exhale, in between them the trachea always contain the certain amount of air, and that certain amount of air is called residual volume of air. From the larynx to the trachea, the air enter into these two branches. These two branches is known as bronchus. These are the bronchus. These bronchus enter into the lungs. As you are seeing, these are the lungs. This is the right lung, right side lung. and this one is the left side lung. When the air enter into the bronchus, when the air enter into the lungs through the bronchus, this bronchus is also dividing into very smaller branches. When it first divides, then it is known as primary. When it become divide further, then it is known as secondary. Further, more dividation is called tertiary. These are the primary, secondary and tertiary bronchioles. Means the air enter into the lungs through these bronchioles. Okay. Where these bronchioles terminate, that I am telling you, but before moving further, I am just give you a short introduction about the lungs. Lungs are a paired, very vital organ which is situated in the thoracic cavity of the human. This is lungs, this is right lung and this is left lung. The right lung is divided into three lobes. First is superior lobe, which is at the top. Obviously, this one is middle lobe. And the last one is known as inferior lobe. So the right lung is divided into these three parts: superior lobe, middle lobe and inferior lobe, while the left lung is divided into only two parts. First one is superior lobe and the second one is inferior lobe. The second one is inferior lobe. The entire lungs, which is situated into the thoracic cavity of the human, is enveloped by two layers. Both the lungs are enveloped by two layers. These two layers is known as pleura or pleural membrane. The space between these two membranes is known as pleural cavity. But the pleural cavity is not empty. It is always filled with some fluid, and the fluid which is present in this pleural cavity, the fluid which is present this fluid is known as pleural fluid. Pleural fluid plays very important role because it prevents the heart from friction and from external shock and mechanical injury. Below the lungs there is one more muscular sheet, and this muscular sheet is known as diaphragm. Human body body is divided into basically 4 parts. First is head, second part is neck, third part is thorax, and below the thorax there is some muscular sheet is called diaphragm, and below the diaphragm the entire part of the human body is known as abdomen. Now again we are moving on the bronchus. When the air enter through the bronchus into these small branches which we call bronchioles, primary, secondary and tertiary, these bronchioles are also terminate at one. These all bronchioles are terminate into one balloon-like structure, and that balloon-like structure I am making it over here. Here is a balloon-like structure because there is a bronchi on both the side of lung, and this balloon-like structure is known as alveoli. Alveoli is the structural and functional unit of the lungs. It is also known as miniature lung. Alveoli are the actual site for the exchange of gases, and this is the truth, this is the fact which is given in your NCERT book, that if we unfolded the alveoli, then it cover 80 meter square area, which is almost the size of tennis court. So the actual site of respiration is only the alveoli or miniature lung, which is present on the surface of lungs. Both the lungs are also covered by ribs. We are having 12 pair of ribs, and all the 12 pair of ribs is connected with the sternum. I am making their diagram, just see. Both the lungs, because lungs is a very delicate organ of our body, so or they are covered by rib cage or ribs. We are having 12 pair of ribs that covers the lungs. In this way, they cover the lungs on both the side. And this ribs is connected with the one bone which is present in between these two lungs, and this bone is known as sternum or breastbone. This is the bone which never get fractured. It is a deep seated, and both the side of ribs are connected with this sternum. One more thing. On the left side of the lung there is a slight depression. This slight depression is known as cardiac notch, or another word is mediastinal space. Cardiac notch or mediastinal space is the place where the heart resides, because heart is not on the left side of the body, it is slightly left side of the body, and it is situated in this depression which is called cardiac notch and mediastinal space. So I was talking that the bronchioles are terminate at one balloon-like structure, and that balloon-like structure is known as an alveoli. This is the alveoli. Alveoli is the actual site of respiration. The alveoli having a network of blood capillaries, but the alveoli having both the types of blood. One is oxygenated blood and another is deoxygenated blood, and this alveoli is connected with the arteries on the veins. The alveoli having a network of blood capillaries is the connection between the arteries and veins. So one side of alveoli having oxygenated blood, means they are containing the blood having oxygen, and the other side of the alveoli having deoxygenated blood, but these blood is never mixed with each other. Why they are not mixed with each other? Because they are having a separation between these two blood, and this is deoxygenated blood. the blood having carbon dioxide. Lungs is the main respiratory organ, but in lungs, alveoli is the main site or actual site where the respiration is actually takes place. Okay, this is a short introduction of human respiratory system. And in my next video, I'll tell you how the respiration takes place. Till then, keep study, and then people, I'll join you in my next video. Okay.